I was not even listening to him. His mouth was just moving. I was not listening to him. I was just looking at the guy like. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Tonight I am gonna do my first story time, and I hope you guys enjoy this story. This is a true story, and let's see the names I'm gonna give the people in the story. So the guy in question, we're gonna call him Terrence, and my friend, we're gonna call her Rita, and my friend's friend, we're gonna call her Sierra. Okay, let me just give you the background story before I get to the main story. So Terrence was quite popular back then. This happened when I was in high school, by the way. Terrence was very popular. He was one of those guys that always dressed well, looked good. All the girls liked him, so he was very popular. And Rita was a very good friend of mine. She still is a very good friend of mine, and she is I think 2 or 3 years older than me, and I'm not really sure about her friend, but her friend was also there. Anyway, we didn't really like each other, so that was the relationship between me and her friend. Okay, so Terrence and I were seeing each other for, I'm not really sure how long, but it was for a few months anyway. And he was a ladies' man, like everybody liked him, and he liked girls as well. So while he was with me, he was actually also trying to talk to my friend. Terrence and I didn't have any sexual relationship when this whole thing happened, so it was just a normal boyfriend and girlfriend kind of thing. And apparently he was also trying to talk to my friend, and as if that wasn't bad enough, he was also trying to talk to my friend's friend. But I think that he was sleeping with my friend. Okay, so thinking about this now, I'm like, how were we so dumb? Because for a guy that was always on fleek, he had all the latest designers, like there was nothing he didn't have, he was still able to get some money out of us. So with me, he would tell me that he needed some money to pay off his student loan, and I was stupid enough to give him like 500 euros. I was taking money from my mother, right, to give to him. And I think he used the same line with my friend, because she also gave him some money, and he actually got more money from my friend's friend than what he got from us, because mine was just 500, and I think my friend was also 500, 250, something like that, and he was getting like thousands from my friend's friend. So I'm not really sure how we found out about each other, but my friend obviously told me that he was trying to, you know, make moves at her and stuff like that. So we spoke about it. I was upset, but that's my girl, so I just, you know, didn't really pay any attention to it. So one day she was like, oh, do you know that Terrence is also trying to talk to Sierra? I was like, really? That's interesting, because as far as I knew, he didn't like her. Like, he thought that she was this bitch and whatever. So that was really surprising to me. Okay. So one day we decided to all get together and talk about this issue, because apparently a lot of people were talking about it. I confronted him, of course, he denied it, and I left it at that. So we all came together, all 3 girls, and we spoke about the whole situation. And Sierra was like, you know what? Do you know that he's using our money to buy shoes and clothes for some other girl? That was just like it for me. I was just like, you know what, this boy is just taking the piss. So she came up with some proof and evidence that he was really doing this. And the girl in question, I never liked her. She didn't like me. So it was just like, ugh, you know, like, what's up with you? What are you doing? Like, how stupid can you be? You know? And obviously he thought he's playing well, because we don't like each other, so we would never find out about each other. Okay, good. So we decided to confront him, but we wanted to do it in a way like all 4 of us would be there. And obviously if we would tell him that we wanted to see him, he would never show up. He didn't live in Amsterdam, he lived outside Amsterdam. So one of us had to call him to tell him that we wanted to see him. I was too pissed, I couldn't do that. So my friend ended up calling him, and she was like, oh babe, you know, I miss you, I want to see you, when can we link up? And he told her when she could come over. So we were like, okay, cool, we're gonna play very nice. In between the time that we placed that phone call to the day that we actually went there, everybody was just supposed to play along. Don't show any anger, don't let him know what we know what's going on. So the day finally came. We all got our train tickets, and then we were supposed to meet at the train station. And funny enough, we all dressed in black. It was not planned, nothing. We all dressed in black. I literally grinded some pepper. Africans, like, we love doing stuff like that. I grinded my pepper because I didn't have no weapon with me, and I was not about to go there and talk to him. I wanted to do some damage. Like, I need, either you give me my money or I fuck you up. It's one of those two. So I grounded my pepper because I had this whole scenario in my head. I was gonna rub the pepper in his eyes. So while he's, you know, trying to get the pepper out of his eyes, I would just kick him in the balls, beat him up, get my money, and go back to Amsterdam. I had this whole thing in my head, which didn't happen. Anyway, so, and the other girl, Sierra, had a butcher's knife with her. Now, I don't know what she planned on doing with that butcher's knife, but she had a weapon with her. My friend Rita didn't have anything. She was like, you know what, my fist is enough. Let's just go. So while we're in the train, we're talking all this smack, like, yeah, when I see him, I'm gonna do this, da, 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 da. Unfortunately for us, his friend was in the same train that we were in, so he heard everything, and he came up to us like, girls, what's up? Like, why are you all so hyped? What's going on? Like, who are you gonna beat up? And stupid as we were like, you know what? We're going to Terrence's house and we're gonna beat him up. And he's like, oh, you guys need to calm down. Like, don't take it this far. Blah, 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 blah. He was trying to talk us out of it. We weren't trying to listen to him. So he got off the train and we continued to wherever we're going. But the thing is, we were so stupid because he didn't live in Amsterdam. So we could have actually gone there, got killed, and no one would have even known because none of us told our parents where we were going, you know. So that was just a very stupid move of us. But anyway, so that friend ended up calling him, letting him know that, hey, Charlie, those girls know about each other. I heard them talking in the train. They're coming over to beat you up. So if I were you, I would just make sure you don't open the door when they come. But we didn't know this anyway. So we got to the train station of the city that he lives in. We called a cab and then we went to his house. Guys, let me take a sip. When we got there, this guy had like 15 French Montanas waiting for us. Like, he had 15 Moroccan boys waiting for us. A couple of them had baseball bats. They looked like proper hood niggas, like, you know, do or die type of niggas. Like, they were ready. Like, he just needed to say go and they would have beaten us up. I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking like, oh my god, this pepper that I have is not enough for all these 15 people. Like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get home? Everything was just playing in my head like, oh my god, I shouldn't have come. Like, what the hell is this? And he was just standing there like this. His sister was there and his two younger brothers. His sister came to us and she was like, yeah, girls, what's going on? Like, what's happening? We heard that you want to come and beat him up. And I explained everything to her and she was like, you know what, I'm a woman as well and I understand your frustration. I understand how you feel, but there are other ways to settle this whole thing. So why don't you guys just go home, call him up, and, you know, squash this whole thing. If he has to pay you back your money, you can set a payment plan for him to pay you guys back. I was like, I don't know who you are, but you need to shut up and let me think. Because right now I'm trying to think, what am I going to do to this guy? Whatever she was saying was going in one ear, going out the other. I wasn't even listening to her. So he was like, yeah, what's up? What do you guys want to do? So you guys thought that you would come to my city and come and fight me? Really? So one of the Moroccan dudes came up to me. He's like, so pop off then, but in Dutch. Pop off. Let me see what you're gonna do. Pop off. I was just looking at him like, who invited you to this whole thing? I don't know you from anywhere. I did not come here to fight with you. Please, can you just move aside? Let me deal with the person that I came here for. I was not even listening to him. His mouth was just moving. I was not listening to him. I was just looking at the guy like, I was just looking at him like, really, nigga? You gathered all of these boys just for us, 3 girls. You couldn't handle us on your own. Abi? No problem. So while he was talking with the other girls, we were going back and forth. Yeah, you this, you that, blah, blah, blah. I didn't say a word. I was just like looking at them because I was just waiting for a sign to strangle this boy. That's how pissed I was. So eventually, I think he made an arrangement that he was going to pay us. He's going to pay us back. And then, I don't know what happened. I think we just decided to leave. So as we were going back, he called me like, can you come? I want to talk to you. I was like, me? Talk to me? you. I did that. I was like, you must be mad. Talk to me. For where? Oh, father. We left. We took the train. We got back to Amsterdam. When I got home, and he was a slick type of nigga. Like, he was a type, he could tell you the sky is green and you would believe him. He called me. He was like, yeah, I'm so sorry for everything, but it's not true. I'm not using your money to buy stuff for another girl. You know how people are envious of our relationship. I would never do that to you. You're my one and only. Blah 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 blah. And I was so stupid. I believed him more. I believed. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you another chance, but I do want my money back. When I get my money back, I'll think of how we're gonna handle this whole relationship, because right now the trust is not there. Not only me he called though. He called all of them, told them the same sweet story. Can you imagine? So I think I got my money back. I don't know about the other girls. I got my money back. We were on and off, and I eventually met the girl that he bought the stuff. And I think we kept in touch for a long time until like a couple of years ago we just, you know, parted ways. Everybody went their own way, and that was it. I'm still good friends with my friend Rita. The other one, I haven't seen her in a year. I hope you enjoyed my story time. Let me know if you guys have been in a similar situation where, you know, your boyfriend was seeing someone else on the side, or, you know, taking your money to buy stuff for a next chick. Like, let me know. And let me know what you would have done if you were in my shoes. Like, would you have taken the risk to go all the way to wherever he lives, intending to, you know, cause a scene? So that was it, and I promise to come back next time again with another story time. And I'm leave y'all for now, and I'll see you in my next story time. Bye.